I have to be honest with you. This is a trick that I haven't done in quite some time. I used to do a lot of restaurant magic. I would stroll from table to table and perform for families that came in to see me. It was one of my primary jobs. The nice thing about it was that you got to do the same trick for 40 or 50 different tables. I was working 4 restaurants at that time on primarily Saturdays and Sundays. And it was great. I got to do the same tricks. I would come up with tricks and do the same tricks for 150, 200 people easily. Tables, 150 or 200 tables between the 4 or 5 restaurants easily in a weekend. So you got very, very good. I also started doing a lot of tricks with things you found in the restaurant. I found that people were a lot more impressed by that. One thing that you'll find in most restaurants is a straw. A straw. But to a magician like me, it's not just an ordinary straw. It's a telekinetic straw. Telekinetic straw. You see, if I take the straw, watch closely, and place it on top of the water bottle, all I have to do is wiggle my fingers. The straw will start to move. It's hard to see. But I can get that straw to spin. Either way, I can spin it backwards. I can spin it this way. Whichever way you'd like. All I have to do in my mind is think, move. Move towards my left hand. And you can see it begin to shake. Move towards the right. No wires, no strings, no hidden assistance. The telekinetic straw. The explanation for the telekinetic straw. This is one of my favorite tricks because you can do it virtually anywhere. And true story, I was practicing some of my routines. Yes, I do practice, I joke about it. But I was coming up with and practicing some of my routines at my show, and I was demonstrating them on our wait staff, on employees that work at our show. And this is the one everyone was going crazy about. They really were, especially when I really started to build it up and come up with my own story. And again, I'm not sharing my presentations of the tricks. I'm just giving you some methods here so that you can come up with your own presentations and make your own good impressions. Now, normally at a restaurant, I don't have a water bottle. I just use a salt shaker. You just need something that's flat on the top and preferably smooth. The smoother the better. You need straws. Okay, it's ideal if they're sitting on the tables or if you can just grab one. You don't want to show up with a straw that doesn't match everything if you're working at a restaurant or something. But virtually anywhere you can get the straws. The ones with the paper sleeves are the ones that I use. I've never tried one with the plastic little sleeves like some of the places have, but virtually any straw will work. All you do is you tear off the bottom paper. Okay, and you need to hold the straw with your right hand here, the part that you've exposed, slide it out. But what I do is while I'm talking, I slide it up and down. There's a little principle called static electricity. That's all this is static electricity. There's 2 explanations people normally give me. Number 1, you're blowing on the straw. You're not. Occasionally, once I get this really going in my routine, I'll have somebody place their hand in front of my mouth. So that they can be sure that I am not blowing on the straw. And once this became really popular, I had an entire routine with it. I would carry one of those like surgical masks that you can buy at a pharmacy or wherever, and I would put it on because I'd really build this up, and I had a long routine for this thing. And people would go nuts for it. They really would. This is just step 1 of that routine, though. Anyway, so you charge up the straw a little bit by rubbing the paper. I say, I'm going to do a trick with the straw. Okay? You keep a hold of it with your right hand, you pull the paper off, you get rid of it, Paper's not important. You've statically charged the straw because it is a hollow plastic tube. I then put both fingers on the straw like so. That just allows me to balance it in the center. You don't want it rolling off, hitting the table. It depends on the table cover. Sometimes it loses the charge. If you took it out of the paper right, you can slide it back in, say it needs a break, give it a minute, pull it back out again. Usually it works again. Now all you do is you get your fingers close to the straw. Let me do it this way so you can see a little bit better. And it will attract, in fact it jumped, right to my hand. Now you only need one finger. If you lay your finger long ways along the edge of the straw, of course there's more static and it usually spins more. Now it's not because of that. Oh, there we go. More fingers, the better. To make it deceptive, because people will figure out it's static if you're doing that, I use both hands. But I keep one hand, you'll notice my left hand is higher than the other hand. And that's just to keep it away from the straw so that it's not attracted to that hand until I want it to be. And then I just switch hands. Bring one down. There it goes. See? So whichever hand you want it attracted to, whichever way. Now a couple little things about this. One, I become obsessed with it and I will stand and spin a straw when I'm bored forever. Okay? A couple things. I told you one explanation people say is that you're breathing on the straw, you're blowing on it. You're not. Number two, they'll say there's a thread, that sort of thing. You can show there's nothing. Wave your hands around, there's nothing. There's no threads. People always think that because they've watched too many magic specials. It's not that complicated. It's static electricity. What I will often do is they will want another convincer, and I will take their hand, have them put their finger out, and hold it down towards the straw. I'll say, I want you, as I'm holding their wrist, I'll say, I want you to just think move. Say move. Say move. Say move. Keep saying it. Keep saying it. Now say it in your head. Say it in your head. I bring their finger close to the straw. I may have lost the charge. Yeah, I did. So we'll use a different one. I bring their finger close to the straw. Let's charge up another one. See how easy it is. Holding their hand, I have them put a finger out, bring it down. I say, keep saying move, keep saying move, keep saying move. Whichever way I put their finger, the straw gets attracted that direction. Trust me, this is an awesome routine. It really is, and it's so simple. Very infrequently do I have people guess that it's static electricity. They overcomplicate magic. They really do. There's always wires and twins and hidden assistants and magnets. There very rarely is, to tell you the truth. And this is something you can do just about anywhere. And you'd be surprised. If you do it in a restaurant, I've gotten free desserts over and over and over again. So take advantage of it. Yummy.